First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT22 News at 11 with John Paul and Juliana Ferfari.
Tuesday night, 11 o'clock. Thanks for staying up with us. WSBT22 has live team coverage on two major stories tonight. Wild weather leaving a path of destruction across southwest Michigan. Behind me here, a look at Kalamazoo County. It is among the hardest hit places in southwest Michigan. A tornado touching down, causing significant damage to a FedEx building at a strip mall. The roof even collapsed at a FedEx facility. As cleanup begins, first responders surveying damage. Tonight, we are working to find out if anyone there was hurt. And as soon as we find out, we will be sure to let you know. The other big story here at 11 o'clock results in from Indiana's primary election and Michigan races. Senator Mike Braun winning the Republican nomination for governor, coming out on top in a crowded field. We will take you live to central Indiana, where my co-anchor Juliana Ferfari is covering one of the biggest races on the ballot. Tornado warnings, they went into effect just after 4 o'clock, and our storm alert weather team tracked those storms for nearly 2 hours. In fact, you sent us pictures of the path of destruction that was left behind from today's wild weather, the damage that we're showing you to my left from Dowagiac. WSBT22 Cicely Porter live tonight in Dowagiac. Cicely, the storm left behind quite a mess.
Yeah, JP, the damage is extensive. Several of the roads were blocked by downed trees and power lines. And the storm was so powerful, it uprooted entire trees. And this portable outhouse was actually thrown across the entire yard. The aftermath from the storm left debris scattered, houses heavily damaged, and people devastated. The storm was so powerful, it flipped over a farming irrigation system. One homeowner tells me it sounded like a freight train as it came through. And when he looked out the window, he saw his truck lift off the ground. Luckily, his house is okay, but his yard and deck are a mess.
The backyard's destroyed, uprooted, big trees. And my uncle planted that tree, a matter of fact, because I got the place off the uncle. And it's gone. Yep, part of my deck, part of the house, roof, it's all gone.
The homeowner thinks it's going to take weeks to clean up the mess, but he's grateful to be alive and not hurt. The damage from these storms will be continued to be evaluated. Live in Dowagiac, Cicely Porter, WSBT22 News.
As you can see behind me, damaging and destructive golf ball-sized hail reported during a tornado warning in LaPorte County this afternoon. WSBT22's Asher Bookspan continues our live team coverage from the live desk. Asher, people in Michigan City told you they've never seen hail like this before.
Adding that while the hail lasted less than 30 minutes, many felt the impact. This viewer video shows the nearly 2-inch hailstorm that passed through the downtown area of Michigan City today. While those I spoke with say it was over quickly, many noticed damage to their cars, especially Brent Lockhart, who works at a car repair shop. Lockhart tells me every car in the lot had dents, and some even had broken windshields. He adds that as soon as it was over, everyone took notice of what had happened.
I first came out after the storm passed. Everybody on the street was out with their phones. I guess probably all calling insurance. But the girls over here at the Lucky Stop, they were cowering inside. They thought a tornado was coming. And honestly, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a tornado or not.
Lockhart adding that those with damage to their cars should make a call to their insurance to see what damage might be covered before taking it in to get fixed. At the live desk, I'm Asher Bookspan, WSBT 22 News.
Right, so right now what I'm seeing is very severe damage to these grain silos. And you can see right over my shoulder that they've already been caved in by the tornado and heavy winds. And 2 of them had their roofs completely removed, which are now strung out in the field. All day I've seen trees snapped in half, and some of them even pulled up from the roots. We were actually just by a rafting business that was pulling some of their own roofing pieces away from the rafters that they had pre-built and trying to get the area cleaned up of all debris. Now, we know that later on today, the National Weather Service will be out here to give further assessment. But even as you can see straight across the way right here, we have a farmhouse that has their roof completely pulled up. And I am told that there is more damage, and several buildings over there have been removed. And I have also heard that no one has been hurt. It was about 20 minutes. I was speaking to one of the gentlemen, and they told me that no one was hurt, and the sun actually was able to return soon after the tornado lifted up from the area. I'm live in St. Joseph County, Michigan. Kylan Hall, WSBT 22 News.
All right, Kylan, thank you.
It actually created a funnel, and then it seemed to disappear a little bit, then it started again, and so that's when we went in the house.
State of emergencies have been declared across southwest Michigan, including in Cass and St. Joseph counties. Tornado tore through Dowagiac and Mendon last night. Just take a look at some of the damage our crews found this morning. The National Weather Service is on the ground there right now surveying the damage, and meteorologist Lynette Grant is in Twin Lakes right now. And Lynette, what are you seeing there?
Well, there's a lot of damage out here right now, specifically in Twin Lakes. We're at the corner of Jeffrey Avenue and Lakeshore Drive, and even just entering the southern side of this small community, you could really see the extent of the damage with lots of trees down, lots of power lines down. Some areas and some homes have roofs that were totally ripped off houses. Specifically at this house that we're at right now, there are trees on the homes. In fact, this homeowner said that they had 3 separate trees end up on top of his house. And in some cases, some of these homes, the doors are barely hanging on to the hinges. Now, as we drove into this community, you could smell just that what smelled like fresh cut trees. You saw a lot of trees down, a lot of leaves down everywhere. The good news is people can start getting around again. Last night and even early this morning, a lot of these roads were still closed because of the power lines and just the extent of where the branches and where these trees were on the roads. We're going to be here all day looking through some of that damage, talking with some of the homeowners to see what their next steps are. And as we mentioned earlier, National Weather Service has crews in northern Cass County and parts of St. Joseph County today assessing that damage. We'll hope to have updates for you on what they find, whether it was straight line wind damage, tornado damage, just how strong of a tornado it is, those kind of things we hope to have for you a little bit later this afternoon. But for now, reporting live in Twin Lakes, I'm meteorologist Lynette Grant, WSBT 22 News.
Thanks so much, Lynette. Another tornado is believed to have touched down east of there in St. Joseph County near Mendon. WSBT 22's Kylan Hall has a look at the damage there and what homeowners are saying.
So just behind me, we can see that there is what is left of a building that was entirely ripped away by the tornado that touched down at around 6 o'clock last night. And I've heard many reports of locals saying that they are surprised at just how much damage this minute-long tornado caused.
Yeah, we didn't even know, how much damage it did till we come outside. Because we didn't really hear a lot except the wind. After wind was past, we come up and looked outside, and we couldn't believe all the damage.
In Mendon, Michigan, Kylan Hall, WSBT 22 News.